it is rare, there are some games that treat their Easter eggs not as just something to be found or something to laugh at, whether that's out loud or the slight amusement of the exhale out the nose. There are some Easter eggs that actually offer you rewards, and some of these rewards can be the strongest item in the game. If you want to know how to unlock awesome gear for your character, or you're curious about the secret that keeps these items from you, the following list has all the necessary hints and clues you need. I'm Jess from What Culture, and here are 10 hidden gaming Easter eggs with powerful rewards.
Oi, you! What are you buying? What are you selling? Well, I'm so pleased you asked, because if you want to stay safe online and browse freely, NordVPN is running an unbelievable deal at the minute that gets you up to 76% off subscriptions and 3 months free. Just scan the QR code in this video or click the link in the description below and it's all yours.
Alien Blaster, Fallout 4. It's fair to say, and you'd know this if you have any experience with these games, that the Fallout series has kind of an intense, weird obsession with aliens. The original Fallout contained a secret map with a crashed UFO, and the rest have had some kind of extraterrestrial encounter as well, with Fallout 3 even going as far as to release a full DLC about being abducted by the Little Grey Men. Like its predecessors, Fallout 4 does include an alien Easter egg, but unlike the other games, it actually gives you a reward for finding it, and that reward is an alien blaster. To trigger the secret, you have to travel to Oberlin Station. When you visit the location from the south, you'll spot a flying saucer crashing down, which you can then follow to find the green survivor of the crash, who's hiding inside a cave. The alien will immediately turn hostile, forcing you to kill it, but as a reward, you get to take his blaster. The gun is arguably one of the strongest one-handed weapons in the game, so it's worth a little tussle with an alien to get it. Cororic Machete, Dying Light. Dying Light's strongest melee weapon is the legendary Cororic Machete. However, most people playing the game wouldn't even know it exists, because in order to get it, you have to find a secret that's almost impossible to figure out unless you're using a guide. On the rooftops of the underground parking quarantine zone in the slums, you can find an area with a suspicious wooden box just sitting out in the middle of it. Although it looks like any other destructible object, when you hit it with a weapon, the container doesn't break. It's easy in that case to assume that the box is just indestructible and this is some kind of glitch, but if you do keep stubbornly hitting away at it anyway, it will eventually break. The process takes, wait for it, 76 kicks to complete, which again, no one would normally attempt to do. Once the box is broken, however, it rewards you with the blueprints for the Cororic Machete, the name of which is a reference to Techland's optimization lead. The weapon is ridiculously strong, and for the first 35 uses, it can one-hit kill zombies, and even after that point, it's a 3-hit kill, which is pretty darn good. It's worth the stupid amount of effort involved, even if half the hard work is figuring out what it is you're even supposed to do. Plan B, Cyberpunk 2077. Cyberpunk 2077 rewards the player for exploring Night City, although most of the time that reward in question is just the sight of an interesting location. There is one secret, pretty excellent prize you can get from exploration though, but you'll need to use your wit and knowledge of the story so far in order to find it. The main part of Cyberpunk 2077's plot begins after V botches the robbery in Kaneki Plaza, and is then swiftly betrayed by their employer, Dexter Deshawn. After he shoots you in the head with his custom gold-encrusted gun, Dexter dumps your body in a landfill, before he himself ends up buried in the trash in a beautiful twist of irony, as Goro Takamura kills him and rescues you. Now, once that rescue sequence is complete, you technically have no reason to go back to your stinky dumpster burial site, but if you decide to, you will find Dexter Deshawn's gun there. The signature weapon is not only a nice secret for those sentimental players who like to revisit a story's relevant locations, it also packs a hell of a punch, making it quite the treasure amidst the mountains and mountains of trash. Golden Egg, Resident Evil 4. Items are essential to your survival in Resident Evil 4. Each gun, magazine, and healing powder you find can be the difference between life and death. Aside from the typical things you'd expect to find in an infested village, the game also features joke items, like the 2 hidden golden eggs. However, just because these look like they must just be only used for a gag, that doesn't mean they aren't useful in a fight. The golden eggs are secret items that the player can discover by exploring the lake area in Chapter 4, and then unlocking the cubic device in the mansion in Chapter 12. Despite being a secret, the eggs don't seem to do much besides being expensive, netting the player 9,000 coins if you decide to sell them to the merchant. That said, they actually do have an additional hidden use that can turn them into the strongest weapons in your arsenal. During the fight with Salazar, if you've still got those eggs because you didn't decide to sell them, you can chuck both of them at Salazar and he will die immediately before the real battle can even begin. The eggs are the only weapon in the game that's capable of instantly killing the boss, so if you need extra help with Salazar, it's time to go egg hunting. Easter came early. Arendite, The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3's Blood and Wine DLC, while fantastic, also takes Geralt to the Duchy of Toussaint, where chivalry is very much alive and there are knights abound. In fact, there's even an Easter egg in the region that references history's most legendary knights, and Geralt can even join their ranks for an incredible reward. There can only be one is a secret side quest in Toussaint in which Geralt comes across a mysterious hermit located in Lake Laxelavi. The hermit will ask Geralt to prove that he possesses 5 virtues of chivalry to access a hidden sword within the lake. Proving the 5 virtues requires you to complete the quests in Toussaint in a way that an honorable knight would, which is why if you haven't been acting morally throughout the game, or if you do feel like you've been moral but not chivalric, you might not be able to claim the prize. Those who can prove their honor get to fight the monk, who later reveals herself to be the Lady of the Lake, a mystical being worshipped by Toussaint's knights. She then grants you her legendary sword Arendite. This is not only a reference to the famous tale of Lancelot, but it's also a nod to Geralt's past dealings with the lady in the previous games. Alien Spaceship, The Sims 3. The Sims 3 Supernatural expansion has added the ability to turn your Sims into a variety of occult creatures right out the gate. However, some of them, like mummies or imaginary friends, aren't given to you at the very beginning. They're secrets that you need to discover as you go, if you can find them. These hidden supernatural states come with their own set of benefits, the strongest of which, unarguably, belongs to the aliens. Making their return in the Seasons DLC, The Sims 3 aliens are the most powerful iteration of the occult Sims in the entire series, being that they're capable of reading minds and summoning meteors from the skies. The downside is that getting an alien to join your family is pretty difficult. On rare occasions, your sim might be visited by an extraterrestrial researcher, in which case you have a small window of time to befriend them and invite them to live with you before they teleport away again. Alternatively, your sim can become pregnant on occasion if they're abducted by aliens, but the first method is better because it comes with a better reward. A resident alien will join your family with their flying saucer, which can perform amazing things like changing the weather or townside abductions, making for quite a powerful and rare toy. Shuffler Outfit, Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2's Shuffler Easter egg might take the cake for one of the most creative and interesting ways to unlock a secret in a game. After T-Bone joins you in your main hackerspace, the world map will spawn 4 secret locations with bloody graffiti of a smiling face. Taking a selfie in front of them will reveal hidden symbols and then play a disturbing voice recording of people running away from some mysterious entity. After you find all 4 symbols, you can use the sheet above Josh's desk to decipher the time of day during which you'll need to visit the final location of the Easter egg. The time actually changes from game to game, so you do have to translate the symbols yourself. If done correctly, you'll be given coordinates for the final location, and when you take a picture there at the exact time specified by the symbols, you'll see a cutscene of the Shuffler killing one of its victims, after which you wake up with the Shuffler's outfit next to you. Equipping the clothing allows you access to a special stealth takedown in which you'll have access to the Shuffler's reality bending powers and, in a very subtle stealth move, levitate your victim and break every bone in their body. Subtle, but cool. Duke Ravenguard's Longsword, Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is prepared for virtually every choice the player might want to make. Even the most ridiculous action can trigger a special cutscene or failsafe, but only one additionally rewards you with what is possibly the most powerful sword in the game. In Act 3, the player is invited to attend Enver Gortash's coronation, as he attempts to use the brainwashed protector of Baldur's Gate, Duke Ravenguard, to make his ascent to power official. After Ravenguard blesses Gortash with his legendary Longsword, Ravenguard is then banished to a prison within the Iron Throne, where you can go and try and rescue him. If you do so successfully, the old Duke will appear in your camp. Now, since the Duke is your ally and the father of your companion Will, this is where the story ends for most players, if they didn't kill him during the coronation. However, if you kill or command the allied Duke to drop his weapon, you're able to get his sword from the cutscene, which grants its user a flat 2+ bonus to their charisma. Allying with the Duke and then messing with him is the only way to get the sword, as he doesn't drop it during the coronation. So it's an unusual set of events you'd have to do to get your hands on it, but if you did, you'd feel pretty smart. Golden Crowbar, Left 4 Dead 2. Left 4 Dead 2's Last Stand update has introduced the campaign and survival maps from the original game that were created by the series community in collaboration with Valve. Since these new maps were made by Left 4 Dead 2's modders, they all have a little secret inside. A little secret that you can use to bash zombies' heads in. Each map from the original game has been secretly altered to contain hidden golden crowbars. There are 22 of them in total, and each one has a different challenge to find and unlock it. The easiest crowbar to obtain requires you to look above your spawn point on the first map, while the hardest one to obtain requires you to bash random doors for an unbearably long amount of time until you unlock a hidden developer's room. Each golden crowbar is a fully functional weapon that you can wield to do a pretty substantial amount of damage. In addition, collecting them all grants you the Golden Freeman achievement, just in case anyone had any doubts that the Easter egg was, of course, a Half-Life reference. Beak Staff, Hitman. Hitman's developers clearly love their Easter eggs, as pretty much every level in the game is filled with bizarre mysteries. However, only a few of them actually reward their player with something you're gonna want to get your hands on, and this is the case in the mission Another Life. Set in a quiet American suburb of Whittleton Creek, the level allows 47 to break into most of the homes on the map as he pursues his targets. Most of the houses are pretty ordinary, but the Griswold residence hides a haunted band room. If you tamper with the equipment inside the rehearsal space, you can listen to a song that will eventually cause all the items in the room to dance to the beat, as though 47 were stuck in a Disney movie. It's a pretty neat Easter egg on its own, but the secret does have another layer to it that makes it even better. If you let the music play out in its entirety, then a metal beak staff will magically appear in the middle of the room. This is the only way to get this unique item in Whittleton Creek, so if you want to wield a badass fantasy staff, you best pay the band's artistry the respect it deserves. That's the end of our list, but let me know down in that comment box if you found any of these on your own or with a guide. Guide's totally fine. But if you're looking for more videos and more Easter eggs, don't worry, we got you covered. We got plenty. In fact, there's one on screen right now, probably. So click that, go find out more secrets and fun stuff. Video games, they're great. I'll see you next time.